Have you ever wondered about the power of your breath and how it can transform your life? Let's take a moment to dwell on that. In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, we often forget the simple yet profound act of breathing. It's a constant, an anchor, something we can return to at any moment. This is where mindfulness and the art of breathing come into play. In Buddhism, the practice of mindfulness is deeply rooted in the Anapanasati Sutta, also known as the mindfulness of breathing. Originating from the teachings of Buddha himself, this sutta emphasizes the vital role of breath in cultivating mindfulness and achieving tranquility. The purpose of Anapanasati Sutta is not just breathing for the sake of breathing. It's about understanding, observing, and experiencing our breath in a way that brings us closer to our inner selves, fostering a sense of peace and harmony within. Today, you will learn the transformative steps of Anapanasati Sutta. The Anapanasati Sutta, or mindfulness of breathing, is a path to tranquility and insight. Anapanasati Sutta, a Pali term, is a roadmap to inner peace and enlightenment in Buddhism. Anapanasati, when broken down, reveals its essence. Ana means inhalation, Pana stands for exhalation, and Sati translates to mindfulness. Together they embody the practice of being aware of one's breath. This sutta, or discourse, is a fundamental teaching in Buddhism, originating from the Buddha himself. It's a detailed 16-step process, a practical guide to mindfulness meditation, focusing on the breath as the anchor to the present moment. These 16 steps are organized into 4 tetrads, each tetrad representing a different sphere of awareness. The first tetrad is about the contemplation of the body, the second focuses on feelings, the third on the mind, and the fourth on dharmas, which can be interpreted as mental objects or phenomena. Let's briefly introduce each tetrad. The first tetrad, the contemplation of the body, encourages mindfulness of the breath of the body and cultivates a sense of tranquility and relaxation. The second tetrad, the contemplation of feelings, involves being aware of the pleasure, joy, and emotions that emerge during meditation. The third tetrad, the contemplation of the mind, involves being aware of the state of your mind, whether it's concentrated, free, or caught in a particular emotion. Lastly, the fourth tetrad, the contemplation of dhammas, encourages the understanding of impermanence, the relinquishment of desire, and the cessation of suffering. Remember, this is a brief introduction. Each step in each tetrad is a deep dive into the self, a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. The beauty of Anapanasati Sutta lies in its simplicity and its profound impact on one's life. So, are you ready to dive into these steps and discover the power of your breath? The first tetrad of Anapanasati Sutta focuses on the body. In the realm of mindfulness, the body serves as our initial anchor, our grounding point from which we begin our journey. This first tetrad, or group of 4 steps, is a guide to understanding the physical sensations that accompany the process of breathing. The first step is to be aware of the breath, not to control it or change it, but merely to notice it. Feel the air as it enters through your nostrils, travels down your throat, and fills your lungs. Then observe it as it reverses its path and leaves your body. This simple act of observation connects you with the present moment and your physical existence within it. The second step is to follow the full journey of the breath, from the beginning of the inhalation to the end of the exhalation. This deepens your awareness and brings you closer to the rhythmic dance of life, represented by the cycle of breath. The third step is to experience the entire body. As you breathe, become aware of your body as a whole. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the subtle movement in your belly, the sensation of air on your skin. This is not about judging or analyzing, but about experiencing and acknowledging your physical presence. The final step is to calm the bodily formations. As you breathe in and breathe out, let any tension or discomfort dissolve with each exhale. This is not about escaping or avoiding discomfort, but about finding peace within it. By calming the body, we prepare the ground for the next stages of mindfulness. These 4 steps may seem simple, yet they are profound. They help us to tune into our bodies, grounding us in the present moment, and opening the door to deeper levels of awareness. To incorporate these steps in your daily life, you don't need any special equipment or location. All you need is a few moments of quiet, your body and your breath. Remember, the goal here is to become fully aware of your physical presence. Moving on, the second and third tetrads of Anapanasati Sutta deal with feelings and mind. The second tetrad, or group of four, focuses on feelings, not in the emotional sense, but rather in the way sensations are experienced. The first step in this tetrad is experiencing joy. It's about allowing yourself to feel joy in every breath. This isn't about forcing happiness, but rather observing and acknowledging the joy that already exists within you. The second step is experiencing pleasure. Here we're not talking about the fleeting pleasure of sensory experiences, but the deeper, more profound pleasure that comes from being fully present and aware. The third step is experiencing the mental formation of these feelings. It's about recognizing that our feelings are not random, but are formed by our perceptions and attitudes. The fourth and final step in this tetrad is calming these mental formations. It's about learning to soothe your own mind, to bring peace to your feelings. Now, let's move on to the third tetrad, which deals with the mind. The first step here is being aware of the mind. This means observing your mind without judgment, recognizing whether it is focused or scattered, calm or agitated. The second step is gladdening the mind. This is about cultivating positive mental states like joy, compassion, and love. The third step is concentrating the mind. This is about developing the ability to focus your mind to keep it steady and unwavering. The last step is liberating the mind. This is the pinnacle of the practice, where you learn to let go, to free your mind from attachments and aversions. In essence, these two tetrads guide you to observe your feelings and the state of your mind, allowing you to understand yourself on a deeper level. They teach you to cultivate positive feelings and mental states, and to let go of negative ones. By following these steps, you can learn to observe your feelings and mind without judgment. The final tetrad of Anapanasati Sutta involves the contemplation of Dhammas. And what a profound journey it has been so far. As we delve into the depths of this final tetrad, we find ourselves on the precipice of liberation, poised to understand the true nature of existence. The first step in this tetrad is the contemplation of impermanence. This is a recognition and understanding that everything in life is in a constant state of change. Nothing remains static, everything is in flux. This realization helps us to let go of our attachments, as we understand that clinging to the transient is ultimately a futile endeavor. The second step in the fourth tetrad is the contemplation of fading away or cessation. This encourages us to recognize the end of phenomena, the cessation of suffering. It's the understanding that every event, every moment, every sensation has an end. This too helps us to release our attachments, as we see that not only is everything transient, but everything also has an end. The third step is the contemplation of relinquishment. This is the active process of letting go of all attachments. It's a profound act of surrender, a release of all desires and aversions. It's the understanding that our attachments are the source of our suffering, and by letting go, we can find peace. The final step in the fourth tetrad is the contemplation of cessation. This is the ultimate goal of the path, the end of suffering, the attainment of nirvana. It's the realization that liberation is possible, that we can free ourselves from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. This final tetrad, the contemplation of Dhammas, is an invitation to see the world as it truly is, beyond our attachments and aversions. It's a call to embrace the impermanent, to accept the ceaseless flux of life, and to let go of all that binds us. This final tetrad guides us towards liberation and true understanding. Now that you understand the 16 steps of Anapanasati Sutta, how can you apply them? Well, the beauty of this practice is that it can be woven into the fabric of your everyday life. You can practice mindfulness of breathing while doing chores, commuting to work, or even during a simple walk in the park. The key is to remain present and aware of your breath, the life force that keeps you grounded in the here and now. As you cultivate this practice, you may start to notice subtle changes. Perhaps you'll feel more calm, more centered, or perhaps more in tune with your emotions. The benefits of Anapanasati Sutta are plentiful and can lead to a profound transformation in your life, your outlook, and your approach to challenges. So, start small, be patient, and remember that every breath you take is a step towards greater mindfulness and inner peace. Remember, the journey to mindfulness is a personal one. Take your time and embrace the process. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Anapanasati Sutta.